Coming up on Fulton Today, can Homestead Exemption reduce your property taxes in 2018? We'll have the answer and qualifications. Also, a major milestone in the fight to end HIV and AIDS in the county. And man's best friend is helping improve the lives of those behind bars. That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Fulton County property tax owners, listen up. The deadline to apply for homestead exemption is fast approaching, and Fulton County wants to make sure that all who qualify for this savings actually apply. Now, we're kicking off our new series with the Fulton's Tax Assessor's Office called Understanding Property Assessments 2018. And we begin with homestead exemptions and how they can reduce your property taxes. Here now is Deputy Chief Appraiser Dwayne Pinckney. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about tax relief for homeowners. I assume there is some?
Yes, Fulton County offers basic homestead exemption as well as exemption for seniors with special circumstances.
And now homestead exemption. Can anyone apply?
Yes, anyone can qualify for a homestead exemption as long as they live in their home and it's their primary residence.
And is there a deadline to apply, and then do I have to apply every year?
The deadline to apply for homestead exemption is April 1st of each year. This year it's April 2nd because April 1st falls on a Sunday. You don't have to reapply each year. Once you get the exemption, it remains as long as you live in the home.
And now let's talk about some of the common exemptions offered here in the county.
There's a basic homestead exemption, which is $30,000. However, there are exemptions for seniors who reach age 62, 65, and 70. And those are income driven, and you have to apply for those in our office.
And Dwayne, do any of the cities offer exemptions since our tax dollars also fund the school system?
Yes, some of the cities have their own separate homestead exemptions. For those exemptions, you need to visit those city tax offices in order to qualify and apply for those exemptions.
Well, this has been great information. Deputy Chief Dwayne Pinckney, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks again for having me.
Now be sure to tune in next week for part 2 of our homestead exemptions conversation. We'll find out what documents you need when applying and how you can apply online. Fulton's top executives share the county's economic growth success stories with hundreds of development professionals. Fulton's chairman, its chief operating officer, and the Select Fulton executive director all took part in the 16th annual South Metro Development Outlook Conference. The event highlighted real-world examples of government agencies retaining, attracting, and stimulating investment in the South Metro communities.
I think it's great. I think it's a true opportunity for people to education, be informed, and to share information about all of these opportunities. The reality is that there is an open capacity that's out there, an opportunity for growth. I'd like to think that we're able to make the right connections because I think there's opportunity.
Select Fulton's Al Nash moderated a panel of elected officials and industry professionals as they discussed new and emerging economic development projects in South Metro, including the impact of the film industry.
And what we are seeing is that best practices are coming out of this conference. We're also seeing that an avalanche of new ideas and also new development opportunities.
The South Metro Development Outlook Conference is the largest conference of its kind in Metro Atlanta. Meanwhile, Fulton businesses receive praise for their achievements and community involvement. The Development Authority of Fulton County sponsored the Excellence Award ceremony and celebration in downtown Atlanta. Elected Fulton County officials and economic development professionals were just some of the community business leaders in attendance to witness the inaugural Lewis C. Horn Jr. Economic Development Excellence Award. That award, which was given to Wellstar, is given to outstanding individuals, businesses, and nonprofit organizations with a significant presence in Fulton County.
This award will be an annual award, and the plan is to At the State of the County address every year, this award will be given to a individual or a nonprofit or a company that has exhibited economic development and really values back to the community. So we look forward to participating with this award in the coming years.
The career of Lewis C. Horn Jr., who passed away last February, spanned 40 years and included a long tenure as counsel for the Development Authority of Fulton County. State lawmakers tackle issues that impact Fulton County and its tax assessment process. Here's this week's legislative update.
Fulton County continues to make progress in the area of transit expansion. There are two bills fast-tracking through the legislature at this time. One is Senate Bill 386 by Senator Brandon Beach of Alpharetta. The other has been introduced by Chairman of the House Transportation Committee, Kevin Tanner, House Bill 930. And both of these bills would create what would be known as the ATL Commission. That stands for Atlanta Transit Link Commission, which would plan and coordinate funding, especially the long-term funding streams with the federal government for the 13-county region. The bills would also create a 50 cents per ride fee for ride share and limousine services. There's also conversation about an additional sales tax at the airport. And so we're looking forward to the action on both of these bills. They're moving, as I noted, very quickly, and we'll have more to share with you on those two bills. An additional 1 cent penny would be voted on by the voters by way of referendum also. Discussions on a dozen or so bills to provide property tax relief for Fulton County homeowners is also ongoing. As you know, there have been bills introduced for the northern part of the county and Atlanta already that would cap annual property tax increases at 3% or the CPI, whichever is lower. And so we expect movement on those bills also within the next few days. 2 years ago, Fulton County launched its PrEP clinic to prevent the spread of AIDS. And at that time, they also set a goal of 0 new infections. Now our own House delegation member, Park Cannon, has introduced House Bill 755. This bill would aim at expanding PrEP availability and those programs associated with that service throughout the state. This 3-year program would start in counties that would be deemed high risk as identified by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. We are more than halfway through this year's session. So we're at that infamous crossover day where all bills that will pass this season will have had to move through one chamber or the other.
Thank you very much, Fran. And finally, Fulton County inmates shower some canines with love and attention to benefit others. It was applause for a doggone good reason inside the Fulton County Jail. The celebration for the Canine Cellmates program's 19th graduation. In its 5th year of existence, the Canine Cellmates program, in collaboration with the Sheriff's Office, helps to rehabilitate the inmates and helps shelter dogs to find new homes.
Ever since we've been doing this program since 2013, we've had wonderful success on both ends. The people in, we've put out some excellent participants that have gone back into the community and done some good things.
The chief jailer says that the inmates who participate are often at risk for addiction and recidivism issues. And to be eligible, they must be recommended by the jail staff and go through an extensive interview process. The dogs, well, they go through temperament and trainability testing. Both are paired for the 10-week class where each experiences a positive reinforcement training system. Volunteer coordinators also offer the inmates financial planning, resume writing, GED completion, and personality growth improvement.
At the end of the 10 weeks, our hope is that the gentlemen have learned how to gain results and make changes in their own life through positive reinforcement, through being told what they're doing right and learning that doing things the right way is a good way.
And as with every graduation, these 5 well-trained dogs get to go home with the new families who are in attendance. And the hope is for the inmates to become productive members of society.
I just heard today that one's running a group house now, and we've had animals that have left here and become search and rescue animals. So that's a pretty good start.
A pretty good start indeed. To volunteer with Canine Cellmates, visit the website at caninecellmates.org. Still to come on Fulton Today, Fulton's chairman visits one of the busiest Fulton County facilities. We'll tell you where in our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton's chairman makes a house call to the county's main health center, and seniors officially meet their new district commissioner. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. We begin with Chairman Rob Pitts, who visits one of the busiest Fulton facilities in the county, 10 Park Place, the headquarters for the Board of Health Services. Director Dr. Kathleen Toomey facilitated the tour, and the at-large commissioner spoke one-on-one with frontline staff about the services and their needs.
To come here and have an opportunity to see what we've been able to do with public health in Fulton County, it's just been incredible. It's been amazing. And to find out that we are not only the leader in the state, but one of the leaders in the country. We're doing some very innovative things here, and I couldn't be more proud.
The chairman said he was aware of the basic services offered by the county, but was pleased to hear about the specialized service areas. The chairman has been on a tour of county facilities since returning to Fulton County. District 1 Commissioner Liz Hausman greets a group of North Fulton residents as part of Government Day for the newest Emerging Leaders North Fulton class. The commissioner met with the group in the Assembly Hall of the Fulton Government Center, where commissioners convened their official monthly meetings.
We did focus a little bit on economic development and the transportation issues that we've been working on, as that is my area of expertise, I guess, on the commission. And so got some good feedback from the students about what they'd like to see in the future as far as transportation and how they would like to, what kind of options they would like to have as they go into adulthood and have to deal with our traffic.
I actually thought it was really cool, and like the many things that they're doing to progress the transportation system, because I mean it's really annoying driving certain places sometimes. So I think that would be a very good thing, especially if we want to bring more commerce and economy and people into the city to keep the economy going.
Emerging Leaders North Fulton is a program of the Greater North Fulton Chamber of Commerce. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall goes one-on-one with seniors at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility. The first-term commissioner met with friends of the Darnell Group to hear about their concerns at their regular meeting.
The Fulton County Board of Commissioners approved an additional $1.7 million to go towards senior services. So we're going to improve a lot of the facilities, putting in new HVAC systems, improving the interior and exterior, increasing the amount of money that goes into Meals on Wheels, transportation, in-home services, home repairs. So we are really trying to make sure that our seniors have the best quality of life possible.
Commissioner Hall says she plans on meeting with seniors on a regular basis. The Friends of Darnell Group is an official 501c3 nonprofit organization that raises funds to offset program needs of the facility and for special events. And finally, in District 6.
We want to let you know that we're making good on our promise that we would.
Staff with the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System share with residents the new renovation plans for the Southwest Branch Library. County leaders and the contracted design team revealed the design concepts, many of which came from the residents.
They gave us lots of ideas about what they wanted to see in their library, and so we went through schematic design, which is a beginning phase of the renovation project, and wanted to come back and show them the rendering of just what the plan would look like. And so that's what we did, brought the pencil a plan of the layout of the floors and what have you, so that they would get an idea of the technology, the spaces, the computers, the furniture, and just how these different rooms would be laid out to meet the needs that they gave us and told us about back in June.
I've said many, many times, if you really want to appeal to the people in this district, combine books and children. And that's what you've done when you went to the polls during a recession and voted for this bond referendum. Now is the time for us to show you that we heard you loudly and clearly, and that we'll be ready to march on in 2018. Thank you for attending our community programs, and I hope that all of you who were not able to come to the last community information program, I hope that you'll be able to come to the next one so we can stay on top of the most recent information.
The plans include high-tech upgrades at the branch.
Given the amount they have $3.4 million to spend on this library, given that they're trying to address the needs and all, and it's not a whole lot of money, but they're trying to do the most with that money.
Library managers say that the project could tentatively start mid-year. Patrons will be directed to use other nearby branches during the construction phase. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, the fight to end HIV and AIDS in the county hits a milestone. We'll explain when we come back. Fulton doctors are still urging residents to take precautions against the flu virus. As we've reported, Fulton stocked 6 of its 8 health centers with the flu vaccine in an effort to reduce the number of people getting sick this flu season. Now, the county also provided vaccine at a Salvation Army location to homeless residents, and the district director for the Fulton Board of Health even made sure that Fulton's chairman had his shot. She has this advice for all residents.
Get a flu shot, but also wash your hands. So washing your hands and getting flu shots are the things that you can do to protect yourself against flu this year.
Now, here are the locations for the county's 6 health centers that are offering the flu vaccine. The shots are available as long as the supply lasts. You can call the center before going to make sure they have that vaccine in stock. Back in 2015, Fulton launched a pilot program to provide at-risk residents with daily medication to prevent HIV and AIDS. Well, that program, called the PrEP Clinic, it has reached a milestone and have helped hundreds of people to get the meds they need. Derek Wilson is the health administrator with the Fulton County Board of Health. Mr. Wilson, welcome to Fulton Today.
Thanks, Chandra, for having me. My pleasure being here.
All right, well, first things first, explain to everybody what exactly PrEP is.
PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. That's when someone who does not have HIV takes medication, 1 pill, once a day to keep them from being infected with HIV. Highly effective.
And Mr. Wilson, what is the overall strategy to end HIV and AIDS in Atlanta?
Our strategy is really simple. 3 steps. Number 1. Everyone go and get an HIV test. Regardless of whether you think you need it or not, everyone go and get an HIV test, at least once a year. And then after that, all those who are diagnosed positive then get into treatment to become virally suppressed. We know a lot about viral suppression. It's very effective. It'll extend your life, and it'll also keep you from infecting anyone else. And then step 3 is that once everyone has been tested, all those who test negative, who will also have some risks that put them at risk for HIV, should be on PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis, which ultimately PrEP is extremely effective at keeping people who are negative.
Such good information. Final thoughts?
We are celebrating 2 years of providing PrEP free of charge to all who need it, and so we're really excited about that happening. And so persons who feel like they need viral suppression or need to be on viral suppression treatment or really want to be on PrEP don't have to worry about what the cost is. We can make sure that you get the care you need regardless of your ability to pay, and we're really excited about that.
Derek Wilson, Health Administrator with Fulton's Board of Health. Again, great content. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
It's my pleasure, Shawnee. I really appreciate some really great questions, a really great dialogue, and thank you so much for really raising an issue that's very important to all of us here in Atlanta.
Now, if you would like to get more information about the PrEP Clinic, just call 404-613-1401. A follow-up now to a story we recently shared with you. Seniors in Union City are really excited about their newly renovated center, but we wanted to show you what else we found when we visited the center during their grand reopening. Seniors were eager to show off their quilting skills to Fulton officials during the official ceremony for the Eachra Center.
I think it's fantastic. I've been coming to this particular center since 2006. And quilting 1 day a week. And then we had, on Wednesdays, we had a knit and crochet session 1 day a week.
The ladies are a part of their own unique club at the center, and Fulton's county manager, he was quite impressed.
In fact, I spent several minutes talking to a lady who kind of shepherds the quilting class. I asked her, I said, what's the quilting capital of the world? It happens to be my hometown, Paducah, Kentucky, and she knew it right off the bat and then told me all about it, more than I knew.
Fulton County partnered with Union City to provide the new and improved facility and services at the Senior Center. The quilting class is just one of many programs for the seniors.
When I first got here, I came in and did the quilting, and of course now I'm the best quilter here. They won't admit it, but trust me.
The partnership allows Fulton County to provide programming, an instructor, and daily healthy lunch to residents age 60 and over who use the center, while Union City provides the facility and the maintenance. Those are absolutely beautiful. And up next on Fulton Today, another story about seniors getting in touch with their creative sides. Stay with us, everybody. Fulton commissioners approve a program for seniors called Living Out Loud. It's a pilot program between Arts and Culture and the Department of Senior Services that will offer 10 weeks worth of programs to seniors at the Southwest Arts Center and the South Fulton Arts Center.
The commissioners approving, and the Board of Commissioners approving $40,000 for this project demonstrates their commitment to arts and culture in the county and their support of us reaching out to an underserved community, and really one of the communities that have been least served by many of our programs.
Seniors will have the opportunity to participate in 8 different classes that support the concept of creative and artful aging. Living Out Loud begins March 20th and ends May 8th. After its conclusion, commissioners will consider potential expansion of the program. You can get more information at 404-612-5780. And finally, everyone's favorite grandfather visits the Bowden Center.
Is life good? Yeah. Life great? Yeah.
The Goofy Granddad paid a visit to the seniors at the HJC Bowden Senior Multi-Purpose Facility to bring messages of love and happiness. Goofy Granddad? Well, it's former Georgia House Representative Joseph Hextall. The successful lecturer and TV talk host has spent years reminding his audiences that there are no limited opportunities, only limited thoughts. The seniors in attendance had a great time watching and learning from the man many call Mr. Energizer.
You want to know how to be happy? LLC. And I don't mean limited liability corporation. I mean, you got to learn to laugh, you got to learn to love, and you got to learn to create. And as long as you laugh, love, and create, everything in life will fall in place.
Now, the Goofy Granddad encourages both seniors and children to seek happy moments when feeling down. He also suggests everyone get a checkup from the neck up. Always fun. Thank you so much, sir. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.